So it's Monday, you know what that means. Most gyms, International Chest Day. Bear with me, fighting some allergies. We're gonna get through the dance today. We're gonna go over this. We're gonna go over some do's and don'ts of what to do on your bench press that I have found that's improved mine. Hopefully it'll improve yours as well. First, we gotta clean up this shitstorm of a mess I've made doing some snatches. So first thing we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna make sure the bar is lined up correctly on the bench press so it's not offset as we get under a load. Second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work on our placement on the bench. So we're gonna use the barbell for leverage to pull ourselves up, push our scapula and our shoulders down into the bench, arching our back, keeping our hips in contact with the bench at all times. We're gonna work on showing you how my knees is lower than my hips to allow my pushing me back onto my traps, keeping my hips in contact with a bench. And then we're gonna work on our elbow placement as we do a repetition. That elbow placement, guys, again, is either gonna be under the barbell or in front of it. And finally, we're gonna take a look at the bar pack. Look at this barbell right here. You can see that it is off-centered. I'm way too far over the left. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is center your barbell, okay? So now that it's centered, I'm going to get under my barbell. When I get under the barbell, I'm going to align. I like to roll my bar all the way up to the hook, the J hooks. I place my eyes right under my barbell to put everything in line. From here, I use the same overhead grip I use. I will grip the barbell, thumb around. We're not doing suicide grip. I am not a fan of that. From here, I'll pull myself up, pushing my scapula and shoulders back down into the mat. So if you can see right here, you can run your hand all the way under from one side to the next for my bench press. My hips are in contact with the mat, they're gonna stay there. I like to walk my feet back to where my tiptoes is behind me. And if you'll notice, my knees are lower than my hips and I'm pushing off my feet onto my traps, adding more tension and stabilization. From here, the one thing we want is we're just going to push up on the barbell and we're going to come down right at our nipple line. Back up so the barbell is over my eyes. So the barbell is not moving in a straight line. If you notice when I'm doing this, my elbows either stay in front of or under the barbell. And if you look at the very end of that barbell, you'll notice that it's not moving in a straight line. Watch what happens to my elbows when I move this barbell in a straight line. I have to flare my elbows out. This takes away all the stability in my scapula. This is a really nasty way to bench press, guys. It puts all that tension right there in my shoulders and adds for a lot of bad repetition. So the big keys that you guys want to take away from this is proper setup, making sure everything's tight. Scapula isn't locked back, hips on the floor, feet in the ground, pressing into it, pushing off of our feet back onto our traps. Barbell is going to travel at a slight curve. It's not going to go straight up and down, and those elbows are either in front of or under the barbell. So those are just my tips, guys, that I like to use on bench press. My best lift right now is 385. Still going to work towards that 405. Eventually we will get there. But if you have any questions, guys, please leave a comment below, and we'll see you guys in the gym.